We talked about the worst already, let's talk about the best. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about the 3 best things about the 1,000-Year Door. And there really isn't much to it. If you guys have already seen my 3 worst things about the 1,000-Year Door, or my 3 worst and best things about Partners in Time, then you guys basically know the style of this video. I really try to stay generalized for the 3 things I really like or dislike. Obviously, it's really hard to do that for the worst, but it's really easy to do that for the best. But surprisingly, this was harder to get 3 than normal, because a lot of the stuff that I really like about this game applies to the original Paper Mario. So I tried to pick stuff that was only about the 1,000-Year Door, but I wasn't actually able to, so I got 1 or 2 that definitely applies to only the 1,000-Year Door, but some of them definitely apply to the original. But again, I really do like this game. Spoiler warning for people that haven't played this game, and it's my opinion. So if you don't like something that I bring up, then that's totally fine. Leave it in the comments below if you disagree. But other than that, let's get started. Number 1. This is something that is very underrated in the 1,000-Year Door, and not many people talk about it, which makes me very sad. But for me, it's actually some of the biggest highlights I have in the game. And it's the side missions with Peach and Bowser. It's something that not many people talk about it, and I really want people to, but I'm going to be the first one to start. The thing about it is, let's talk about Peach's side first. Peach's side has story that I don't care about. I know a lot of people need that clarification, and I'm totally fine with that. It's not bad that it's there, I just don't really care about stories in video games. Give me any Mario RPG. 1,000-Year Door, I don't care. Partners in Time, I don't care. Dream Team, I don't care. Super Paper Mario. Okay, fine, I care about that one. But most stories I really don't care about. But the thing is that while I don't care about stories, I really like character development. It's a big reason, character development. The big reason why I really like Tech as a character, because he starts out as just a robot that doesn't have emotions or feelings for anything. But then he starts having feelings for Peach, which, personally, I don't really care about. But the thing I do care about is just him having emotions in general, which I really do like. But then you have the other missions with Peach where you have to go invisible to get something from Grotus, or you need to dress up as an X-Naut, which is really funny because you get to talk to other X-Nauts, which is, it's very weird. But that doesn't compare to Bowser's segments. And the thing about Bowser's segments is they're really funny, and they have really good gameplay. Let's talk about the cutscenes, which Bowser knows that he's not going to be a really big part of this game, which obviously the developers knew this as well, so they just made him such a doofus, and it's amazing to watch. But let's talk about the gameplay as well. And it really does remind me of Super Paper Mario. An easier version of Super Paper Mario, but it definitely reminds me of one. But unlike in Super Paper Mario, I actually really do like the platforming here because it's a very big break from the Mario RPG elements that you get. So, switching off is very good, and I'm glad that there's only 3. I feel like if they made us do a ton, then I would not like it. But since there's so little, I really enjoy these. And overall, this is just something that not many people talk about, but I really want other people to. Number 2. Well, we already talked about something that not many people talk about. Let's talk about something that everybody talks about, and that's the bosses. The thing about the bosses is that there's no boss that I actually hate. And yes, there are some bosses that I think are a dud, but 1, I think that's most of the mini bosses, and 2, it doesn't make it annoying to get around, which in Dream Team and Partners in Time, there's definitely some bosses where are just, they're just bad. But in this game, I cannot point out a really bad boss, which is definitely a huge thing about this game. But for some of the really good bosses, we got Cortez, Smorg, we got Shadow Queen, obviously, we got Hooktail, we got Dupless, we got Rockhawk, we got Grubba, and these are all some really good bosses. And most of them are in each chapter, which makes it very enjoyable. Now, there are some bosses that I don't like, but not annoying to me, which is Lord Crump. And I do like Lord Crump as a character, obviously, but his bosses are just a machine. And that's it. It's not really unique. It's not bad, obviously. I still like the attacks, but it's just not a unique boss, unlike stuff with Grubba or Dupless, where there's some really good concepts. No, it's just Lord Crump attacking you. But I think they can pull this off right, and they did do it in Chapter 5, where you fought Cortez as the main boss of that place, but then you fought Lord Crump after, with Cortez actually helping you. So, it definitely can be done correctly, but in Chapter 2 and Chapter 7, I think it's done pretty poorly. But overall, the bosses are amazing. Number 3. Well, I was gonna do a Do I Like video on this, but honestly, I'm just gonna talk about it here. It's Rogueport. Rogueport is, without a doubt, the best hub world out of every Mario RPG, and it's not even close. Okay, it's kinda close with Flipside and Flopside kinda getting there, but other than those two places, it's not even close to any other ones. And it's because it stands out so much to every other place in the game. And actually, in any Mario RPG, first off, this place is not a good place to live at all. There's so much crime and destroyed houses and dirty houses as well. And it makes it a very unique place, like I said. As well as there's the trouble board. There's the guard that you could just fight to get to the trouble board. You got Bomberry actually living there with a really sad backstory. And as well as the village being destroyed, it still has a lot of stuff to do there. There's a decent amount of stuff to still do, which is very nice. Obviously, you got stuff like the shops, you got the Pianta parlor. And speaking of Pianas, Don Pianta is just a really good concept for a character. He's rich. He can literally give you almost anything you really want. And that's how you get to Chapter 3 and Chapter 6, which is a very interesting concept. And speaking of how you enter other chapters, that's probably one of my favorite parts of the Rogueport sewers. The thing about the Rogueport sewers is there's always a unique way to get in. The only not super unique way is Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, but they are the first chapters, so I'll let it slide. But you got other stuff, like having your name having to be written on anywhere on your body. You have the Chapter 5, where you have to sail. Chapter 6, obviously, where you have to take the train. There's so many ways to get to unique chapters, and it makes Rogueport really stand out. And that's the thing about it. It not only has great characters, it has very unique things about it, which makes it stand out, and honestly, it's close to competing to my favorite chapter in the game with Glitzville. It's very close. I really do like Rogueport. Obviously, it also has the 1,000-Year Door, as well as the Pit of 100 Trials. There's so much stuff to do here, and I really do like this hub world. Thank you guys for watching this video. My next video will be, I don't know, suggest an idea in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the Shroob Zone Diet, and I'll catch you in the next video.